Hello everyone, so you're starting your chapter 1 work. Here's some advice on how to study and complete the assignment in chapter 1. So this is when you enter Canvas, this is what you'll see. It's a good idea to read the information in the course information page. This has information on the link to the syllabus that kind of shows all the requirements, welcome to what statistics is, links to the live session and office hours. This will take you to a Zoom link. And this semester you are also able to come on campus in Miramar College if you want to attend the classes in person. So we're going to be in room M203 on campus. Parking is free for students. You have to park in a student lot. And you also need to have your vaccination proof uploaded to the district page. We need to kind of check to see that that's in place. So that's why I kind of gave you guys a link to a survey that you can fill out. Once I kind of get your name that you're interested in attending on campus, I pass it on to my dean, and they check to see if your vaccination information is uploaded with the district. If it's not already, you can do that and come later, but that's necessary. Okay, so if you click on this required form for campus attendance, there's a link to a survey here that I'm going to put in a minute. And there's a couple of forms you need to fill out before coming to campus. You go ahead and do that, and then if your vaccination status checked out, then you're ready to go. Okay? All right. So chapter 1 has to do with data collection and sampling. So start by, look over the objectives for the chapter to kind of get an idea of what you're going to learn. All right. Then going next is a good way to navigate through the module, or you can go back to the menu. Here's a link to the textbook. I advise to use the textbook as a reference rather than your main area of study. You can sort of go to the textbook to kind of fill in details. A good way to start is to print out the blank lecture notes. So the blank lecture notes right here is sort of like a skeleton of all the sort of important terms and a few examples from the chapter. So I would print these out, or you can fill them in digitally. If you fill them out and you submit them, this counts for 5 participation points. Okay, so you can see that there's like terms here and examples, and these are blank. There's nothing written there. It's basically for you to fill this in as you are watching the lecture videos. All right, cool. So you will come to a full-length video for chapter 1. So this is on YouTube. This is narrated by one of my colleagues, Larry Green from South Lake Tahoe Community College. So he mostly talks about the definitions and concepts of the section. And then this is followed by short videos for chapter 1. So the short videos are single examples of the types of problems you're going to see in the homework. All right, so as you have their blank lecture notes, you can watch the long lecture video with the sort of concepts and terminology, and the short videos with specific examples for how to do stuff. This is the short videos are the how-tos. All right. Okay. Cool. After that, you can start doing some assignments. So let me go back to kind of the menu for the chapter 1. So there's some discussion assignments. So the introduction, introduce yourself to other students and reply to 2 others. This is a required discussion. And then there's a couple of optional discussion. These count for participation points. So this counts for 5, and then the next one is 10 because there's like 2 problems on there. So each kind of question that you answer is 5 points. Okay, so these are all, they're not required, therefore, but you can do it for participation points. Mathematical autobiography. So there's a few questions that I'd like you to address. This is required just to kind of for me to get to know your mathematical history and comfort level with mathematics. Chapter 1 homework student videos. This is optional for participation points. So you can sort of make a video of working through any homework problem from chapter 1. Each video that you make is worth 5 participation points. Not required, but it's a way to get participation points. Homework 1, chapter 1 homework definition and data, and chapter 1 homework frequency tables. These are the homeworks for the chapter. So basically, if you go to here, you need to kind of, the first time you do an assignment, it just asks you for your name, but after that, never again. And then you can sort of start on the homework, and there are problems that you can do. Okay, so it's good to have your lecture notes, filled in lecture notes in front of you as you're doing the homework, because you will refer back to, you can see there's a lot of terminology that you probably saw in the videos. A lot of these have hints that kind of takes you to some definitions, and some of them have videos of work things attached at the bottom. But probably your best strategy for when you're doing the homework is to have the completed lecture notes in front of you. Okay. All right. So there are 2 of these homework sets. All right, then there's a quiz. Okay, so chapter 1 quiz. You have 60 minutes and 2 attempts to complete this quiz. There's 12 questions on it. The quiz is mainly conceptual questions. So not so much like calculate and find these numbers, but kind of getting you to see if you can understand the concept. So take advantage of the 2 attempts. So do it the first time, note down which problems you got incorrect, and then you can go back to, I would advise going back to your filled in notes and the lecture video to kind of fill in the details that you missed, and then take it again. Okay, so it's I allow you 2 times because sometimes the first time you're kind of not sure what you're doing. All right, cool. So I think let's see. Oh no, there's one more assignment. So the last assignment is going to be a case study. So youth smoking case study 1. So there are 10 case studies throughout the semester, like, and this basically is kind of like a running theme. We're going to look at one particular data set on youth smoking. And as we're going through each chapter and learning about different concepts and methods, then you're going to keep looking at that same data set and sort of doing the statistics that you're learning in this chapter. So by the end of the semester, you can kind of see how you kind of analyze this data set on youth smoking with all the different methods that you learned throughout the semester. So what I'm going to do during the live Zoom lecture time, I'm going to go through a similar set of 10 case study based on a global health data set. The problems, the questions are going to be very similar, so you can use that as a guide. I'm going to attach the videos inside here. You can use that as a guide to help you answer the youth smoking case study questions. All right, I hope this helps orient you to what you need to do in chapter 1. So notice that there are some required assignments and there are some optional for participation point assignments. Try to get between 10 and 15 participation points every week because you need to build it up to 200 by the end of the semester. All right, let me know if there's any questions. See you guys around.